guys, welcome back to Approved or
Approved or
Not.
not.
This is a
A
different
special
book.
emergency episode because they added stuff to D&D Beyond while we were sleeping.
Yep, and basically we have and I hope I pronounce this book right, Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting.
Heliana's.
Heliana's. Yeah,
Heliana. Heliana, however it is.
One of those two.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a bunch of stuff. I was not able to get them all on the screen immediately, but we're starting off with races.
Alright,
And we
humanoid
and we
bits and
have
why you have
we have the
Snitteron.
Snitteron, which looking at this
Snitteron.
art,
Or
holy
Ooh,
crap, does this look crazy?
I do love
from
that
Nomadic,
art.
who's they're unique, most elegant and fosters zealous loyalty between them and home. Have two distinct phases with one that can speak as a vaguely human ship and can manipulate tools is a Medusa. So these are responsible for connecting with the outside world. In other words, anything beyond their home Earth. When a Medusa mate an event that can involve dozens of individuals, the thousands of larvae that are conceived settle on the nearest zone. Once rooted, their larvae develop pups with two types. The first to grow over a single moon cycle, then birth this inch-long instinct-driven youngster into the waters is to secrete send for itself to another until it reaches at least a foot in length and usually by another time zone. It's largely known by believe that trial by ocean makes the hardest pearls. Once it's brought to the reef where the customs, culture, and values of the reef are passed on. Live in a kingdom practices of mass mating and random. This person no single knows which individuals are their parents. In fact, the entire concept of parentage, fairy tales, and inheritance is foreign to most of them. When they reach maturity, it's given the choice to leave the reef with the blessing of the whole community once in a like. This is a lot of lore details. Let's just get to the actual stuff. All right, so they're going with the old rules, so we're just getting split up. Your con increases by 1. I will note, I believe we got some subspecies, which is
Yes,
why
there are two. Are there two or are there three?
we'll take a look at it later.
Two.
So, you can just read and write common in one other language of their choice. Your medium, 5 and 7 feet tall. Your base walking speed is 30 feet, and you have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed.
Cool.
And you can breathe air. Honestly, all these are rather standard.
Yeah.
So let's see what we get that's special.
We have.
All right, name it which you get your dexterity and con scores both increased by 1. So that means con by 2, dex by 1.
Okay.
You have a long barbed appendage. Also, they didn't mention anything about names. Oh well.
Oh,
you have a long bar.
Like, how do you name this character?
Yeah, well, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Natural, what you can use to attack with us, you can use their strength for your attack rolls if you're on strikes. When you deal damage on strike, you can deal piercing damage equal to 1d4 plus your strength damage. I mean, that rarely matters. You can streak tossing apply one weapon or piece. The first time you hit a creature with this weapon or ammunition, the creature must be on a saving throw or be paralyzed until the start of its next turn. You must actually eject the toxin when you hit a creature with him. Number times equal to your. So you just have stunning strike.
You basically have a paralyzing strike that you use number of times equal to your proficiency. That applies to either a single ammunition or a weapon that loses its ability once you attack.
Yeah, okay. And advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and you're resistant.
Okay.
I guess this is. I'm not gonna ban this, but I don't know. Just being able to paralyze people potentially that long. It's not that much. We'll see. I'm not gonna ban it. Diplomats and traders are often their personal. Charisma goes up by 2. Con 1. As a bonus action, you can cause your. In the duration of advantage, all charisma once you use this trait, you can't use it against the advantage of long rest. You know the minor illusion can just cast the charm person once you use this trait, and you gain the ability. You can also cast these spells using any spell slots you have for the appropriate level. Charisma is your spells when you cast them with a trait. You don't require material or somatic component.
So.
And the Cyclopean.
Well, that's a different race.
Yep.
What are our thoughts on the?
I mean, nothing is. People? Yeah, nothing is too strong. I'm saying all approved.
Okay.
Again, we're building up to the fun stuff, like subclass, which I'm excited about.
Yep. Now we have the Cyclopean. Looking at this art, this reminds me of what was that creature that we saw in Princes? the one that we saw briefly in the fire peop the fire cults area.
Yeah,
Going
I
to be
know.
honest, there were a lot of creatures you saw, but do you mean that like one demon guy, the
That
fiend guy?
yeah, that's the one. The one that had
The one that
connection.
could do your
The one
mind reading.
yeah, the one that had connection to I believe.
I don't remember the name of that guy offhand. Pursuit knowledge. Let's take a look at what these guys do.
What do we got?
Is the perfect metaphor for this is almost one thing. Well, if someone finds a topic that interests them, little can stop their manic and feverish efforts to acquire any relevant documents, information, or answers. Indeed, is in rotten sleep for more than 2 months while analyzing the crystals. So basically, these guys get obsessed with things.
They're little gremlins,
My
but not very
precious.
little.
Okay.
Um,
Our optimistic for shadow versus the shadow plane. No, nothing's well. Both cycles and nothing shadow. The leave shadow where well, no cycle would ever risk damaging a book in this way.
so
All right, so
they're like
all right. I'm getting there. I'm getting the vibe. So they don't have gender, which is interesting. Okay, or rather, they don't reproduce in a way that would require them to have it. Anyways, intelligence by 2, whiz by 1,
no, it's intelligence or
and
either
either your dex or
dexterity
whiz.
or wisdom.
Okay,
So it's only a
okay.
choice
Sorry.
between two.
Uh,
Uh,
they reach maturity and typically live as long as humans.
okay.
You are humanoid, also aberration. Get common, undercommon, and a third language. Nice.
I don't think there's
You're
any
medium.
other. I don't think there's
Man.
another race that is abjuration.
Man,
Or no.
that race combined with Ranger would have so many languages.
That's the anyways. You get dark vision. You know the drill.
Yep, classic dark vision. Knowledge seeker.
You got some proficiency in either Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Mesmerism, Religion, and Self. I guess because these guys want to learn everything they can.
Yeah. Svan of Secrets.
As actually enter, it's like the region of advantage on perception check. Once you activate, you can do. Okay.
Wait, so you're telling me?
Thought for food. Information is nourishing for Cyclopeans. In the truest sense of the word, each day that you discover significant new information, GM's discretion, you need only half as much food and water as normal, and you have advantage on con saves. These benefits last until you finish a long rest.
Nice.
Okay, a part of that was like, nothing. This doesn't matter unless you're playing a specific campaign.
I mean, significant new information, GM's discretion. That could be anything from, oh, you learned the secret to why the plane of fire is freezing over. Or, oh yeah, you learned that the villain's name is Jeff.
Right. Then I saw the last part of that. Advantage on all Constitution saves until the end of the long rest.
This guy wants to be a spellcaster. This guy wants to be a wizard. Let's be real.
I was gonna say I'm thinking wizard for this guy.
Yeah, wizard for this dude, 100%.
You have climbing speed because you're used to climbing the top shelves of libraries.
Oh my god! Wait, oh my god! It does say that.
I love that.
You know what? Approved. I like the flavor for these guys, although it's so weird.
They're little book gremlins.
All right, then we get Gobak. What the
that
hell?
Sounds like a language. Oh, is this a rooster? No.
What the hell?
Reptile rooster thing? I think I'll call you McNuggets. I'm actually going to be having that in a little bit.
I could go for some McDonald's right now, honestly, but also
that would look at this guy.
Not sponsored, by the way. Which this is also not sponsored, by the way.
No, it's
seek
not.
safety above all survivals. Blah 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 blah. Their own survival is the number one goal. Treasure goal and saving the world. Be damned. So these guys, you like to look more than the front, giving their person runway at the feast. Well, this is Kraus is. Life is scared living another day is the bravest thing you do. At least this is what is taught the moment they can walk, a few hours after they're born. It's never the first to enter the room nor the last line. They aim to keep bodies firmly before and behind them. Means shield to ward off harm. Indeed, are the ultimate hit and run fighters, retreating from a foe before it can retaliate against their precise and lightning quick attacks. This method of fighting and taught to all is known as the clucking fighting creed. Ross. could you just those last 3 words? Can you acronym them for me?
Wait, okay.
The clucking,
Clucking
fighting,
Fighting
Creed. Make that an acronym.
Oh my god, it's KFC. It's fucking KFC.
Ross,
Kentucky
this book
Fried
was meant
Chicken.
for you.
I have to sit on things. They desires the festival of breeding. Knows that eggs. The annual event finds all the gods in town creating the most comfortable thrones. Bane bacteria bones drop on them around a huge moment. There are no fireworks. Sudden loud noises are frowned upon in Gothic society.
Okay, so
Worship other birds. The bigger the bird, the more. In fact, similar to cult belief is innately magical. It's so apparent that Gothic belief causes birds to become more intelligent. In times, the words Gothic hosts are often accompanied by flocks of birds. The most famous, the most famous Gothic playwright, Alfred Hitchcock,
what?
based his play The Bird
What?
on this uniquely Gothic occurrence.
Wait, hold on.
I
Alfred
get the
Hitchcock,
joke.
I see it.
I get the joke. It's instead of Alfred Hitchcock.
So, okay. Well, I was about to say, with the near the end part of Brave Cowardice, it seemed like, okay, I'm thinking a lot of characters that play this might be want to be a rogue.
Let's see what these things actually are.
Holy shit, that's
because
funny.
as I always say, here's the truth of it. All this lore is fun, but you know what
Oh
the
my
truth is?
God.
Before we get Ross, let me finish. The truth is, all this lore is great and all, but here's the truth of it. Once we actually get to a campaign, I'm going to throw all this out the window, and we're going to say whatever is the most convenient for us.
So
let's go. All right, ability score. You get Dex
and
plus
either
2.
Charisma or Wisdom. Okay.
The walk hour in reach live around 30. Okay, so about the same as goblins, honestly. A little older. Call me in language. You are small. Oh, they're wrong with the old rules. Walking speed is 25. Honestly, I think giving up walking, considering what the flavor just told us, a walking speed of 25 feet is actually a flavor fail. Think about it. What were we just told about these guys and their tendencies?
That these guys are really good at hitting and running.
That they're cowards. But running away is the thing they do. You're telling me these guys who move slower than most things in the universe like to run away?
They should be able to go at least 40, in my opinion, because of that.
Well, let's see what else this gets. Like maybe there's a reason why it's 25.
Yeah, I just want to be clear. This is a flavor fail. I don't care what balance things they put in. This is a flavor fail.
Commune of
you have the ability to treat with limited amount of feather beasts and monstrosities. They can understand the meaning of your words, though you have no special ability to understand them. Oh, this is just the worst version of what the furbolgs get.
But for feathered beasts and monstrosities.
I also do love the picture that's there for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I see that. You have all checks you make to influence them. Okay.
So
after 6.
What's that monstrosity bird that you've ran to in Order of Shadows recently? Isn't it called a rock?
Yeah, rock.
Yeah, I guess you can communicate with that.
Fair enough. Anyways, let's take a look at what we got. Coward Scream. That's hitting with a melee attack. You can hit the disengage action as a bonus action.
Okay. I mean, that's a little bit of a hit and run. Like,
I want to point out, goblins can just do that.
Yeah.
So, your light impact, you take only half damage from falling.
Combine that with a monk, you're reducing damage by so much.
I mean, monks already reduce all damage from falling, basically.
But now that number is cut in half. Actually,
Ross, we've talked about this. We've talked about this. You can't. If you're asking when you would count it half, it would be after this effect comes in with the monk slow fall comes.
Yeah. So let's say you drop 100 feet. Let's say we're level 5 monk. You drop it in half. How does the monk slow fall scale? Is it 10 feet per level?
I don't have it by heart, but I know that basically it's all nothing. What it is it's outright the damage, and I'll be honest, by the time you get that feature, you're basically not taking fall damage.
I mean, unless they do stunts like Kiri does. Not to blame him, because it's really cool when he does it. But
let's carry on. You get polymorph on yourself.
Oh, wait.
When you use, you always use the form of a tiny chicken. Once you,
Please, can I please point out?
Tiny chicken.
Can I please point out something?
That they have the stat block?
No, not that. In fact, that's actually pretty cool that they have the stat block.
Yeah.
This-
This is like that Kitsune, homebrew Kitsune we had in D&D Beyond.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
That is so fun.
When you are reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, you don't immediately. Instead, you can immediately move up to your speed. You then, as if you've been.
So
All right,
I'm
so let's take a
guessing
look
this
at the
is what
tiny.
it means in its chicken form, or is this like just a regular form?
This is the. I assume this is chicken form
Okay.
because it's a prop. I'm just going to say it. This sucks.
It's hilarious, but it sucks.
It's
Yeah,
hilarious, but it
this
sucks.
sucks. Yeah, it's like, oh great, there are a million like feather falling because I don't care about. Oh damn.
I will
half.
say, I do like the
Mhm.
idea of playing. I don't know what cleric it would be, but a cleric that believes so hard in their
Yeah,
bird
there is.
god.
Yeah,
Like
to be
there's
clear,
something
by the
fun
way,
you could do
there-
there.
a canonical race in D&D that just have that trait. You don't gotta be these guys.
The bird
Nope.
god is the bird from Sesame Street.
Honestly, if you want. I mean, this is clearly a joke character race. It's approved, but you know what I am.
It's a joke that I appreciate. I appreciate the laugh.
Yeah, I
Approved,
appreciate
but you know what
it.
I'm going to say. This is me approving without second thought. Don't want to see that.
Right. Also, what is this?
Are we looking at the Golan?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what this is by
Uh,
the art. What is
I
it?
was just watering my
It looks like
prize-winning
it's
gorge and a blasted. Is that a? It's supposed to be a mole.
That's supposed to be a mole?
I think
How
so.
does it have scales and horns?
Let's read it. The freshman maybe sure indicated that a group of nomadic golems, golins, are in the area.
sounds like
Vivacious wanderers, golins are creatures of nature and have little use for crop there, shovel-like hands. Bop bop. They find joy in the thumb of a lightning rail, the riding goats, and the. From these everyday occurrences, golins make wonderful complex polyrhythm music. They make music, okay. They dig.
Okay.
Are raised by the irresistible magical healing properties of golden skills, which will be found with their. Okay, so we got con by 2, strength by 1, maturity age 10, live for 150.
Okay.
Common language, they're medium, which is what I expected. 30 feet. When you aren't wearing armor, your AC is 13 plus your dexterity modifier. You can use if the armor you wear would lead with a lower AC. Oh, okay. A shield's benefits apply as normal use now. Okay, yep.
Cool.
Count one size larger. You wide claws. All right, they have the soft earth or loose stone stipulation.
Okay. That's
Which
the
means
thing.
I will probably approve them.
I always see burrowing speed and get nervous
Yeah.
on how it's balanced.
Drill dervish. Well, then you can shift the ground under a creature. Features cause it to fall over if you under a small creature that is standing on the ground. The creature must. Okay. Knowing when the next meal is you have a tremor range out to a range of 5 feet. As an act, you can hone your senses. I mean, this is fine. Nothing crazy. This is. I'm gonna get points for being nothing crazy. And finishing off with the. It's a raccoon. It's a raccoon. Oh,
He's so cute. I love him.
I mean, I was thinking that they were basing this on this, but this is basically a direct quote. Yeah, this is Rocket Raccoon.
Oh. Oh, well, now you know I gotta play an artificer. Oh,
Rocket Raccoon would be an artificer, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, he'd be an artificer.
although, unless we want to say the Steel Defender and have it be a plant.
I mean, no, here,
you and I might have a subclass to build a concept for.
I'm going to tell you right now, we're definitely not doing that. Groot's his own member of the Guardians. He's not being...
A steel defender like thing.
And I will tell you right now, he's like a druid of some kind.
Yeah,
Oh,
100.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Let's carry on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
probably
see.
an earth. Only thing I can think of that would be good for him is like an earth ganassi or something.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. There's some thoughts you could probably do for Groot.
They're like pranks. Yep. One is rarely bored. The mistaken spawn of a passion. The mistaken spawn of a passion between deities of hold the deep forbidden domain. Since their creation, they have little contact with either God, learning to rely on their own wits. As a Kirkin society tells how MacGyver fought off a rampaging out with naught but a good fairy, a silver needle, and a pig splatter.
What the?
They love their
I
references in
I
this
like the
book.
details here. I do.
They like pranks. Reckon how revolve around the idea of practical joke. And let this is all of them. Even when faced with the most horrific circumstances, the Raccoon's first instinct is to crack a joke.
So bard or thief
Ross.
rogue?
Raccoon culture into when they first made contact with anything retrieved by city's force with stone and steel, people forbade them to interact. The back was spawned the full people opposing. Suddenly, the once united species, the Urkin broke with tradition and followed their mission to see whilst the. Okay, I get you. So let's see what Raccoon get. Okay, so
Plus 2 to their
Rackons get
dexterity, which
Dex by 2, and we'll see what everything else.
yeah, I believe there's sub races.
Adulthood 14, get about 70. You can speak, read, and write common in one other language of your choice. You're, small. 30
Cool.
feet. Hey, look,
Ooh.
this small guy gets 30 feet. What's the chicken?
What's the chicken excuse?
I'm serious. No, seriously, it's such a flavor fail. Like, I get the punchlines, I get all the jokes, but but not giving the guy who's supposed to be a coward 30 feet movement speed at the very least is such a flavor fail. Anyways, you have a class equal to your walk speed, and we get to pick something.
Yep. So we have
the thrill of the
Urkin.
heist. This week with the Nazi ripping back the other fails. It wasn't until they get charisma,
Or intelligence.
proficiency in sleight of hand, stealth, nimble dodge. When you are forced to make an excellent effect, you can see you actually gain advantage on the That's why. Speed without once you use straight. Okay, gotcha.
So this is basically a version of evasion, but also allows you to not provoke opportunity attacks. Like lets you
Wait,
how far?
wait. I'm sorry. I want to point this out. Remember how upset how that one race didn't have names?
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
What are
They put in a
names
feature
doing
just
here?
read this feature. Read this name feature. Read what it is telling us.
Eager to fit in, Urkin have adopted the first and last name format of other humanoid species. Typically, an Urkin will name themselves taking the name of a well-known figure
and ring from it the most humorous pun imaginable.
Oh my god! Wait, is this race just me? Am I? Are these guys calling me a raccoon?
I literally said this, Ross.
Anyways, so now we get the paw skins. There, with disease enables them to. Your Constitution score increases by 1. You have a maw of sharp teeth that can use to make unarmed attacks. Blah blah.
Cool.
Yeah, poison. You have resistant poison. When you take damage that reduces you to half your hit point maximum or lower, you can use a reaction to play dead, lowering your heart rate and relaxing your muscles as you fall prone for the next hour or until you use your bonus action to end the effect early. A creature that spares you a casual glance sees only a corpse. A creature that uses its action within by your time to use string. Okay, yep. I mean that's cool.
Cool, but I don't know. A lot of times in D&D, I never know if I'm in a scenario where an enemy's going to kill me.
The words used to name a Poskin are more than just sounds. They are a story. A Poskin's name. I mean, the thing is, this will tell that creatures are dead. I guess you would know when you'd want to use this.
Right.
Ideally, right? Yeah. Like, ideally, most creatures probably wouldn't take a dead person as a threat. So they wouldn't like shoot you again. All right, I'm gonna just ignore it. So they get long names.
Yep. Cool. And wait, is this the image for the one we just read, or is this the next one?
The one we just read, that looks like a possum.
It looks like a western possum.
Then the Tanukin. Before that, civilization is so rarely to take advantage that they are often mistaken for raccoons or worse, Urkin. The times they do deign to enter the stone forest is to use their illusion magic, and confusing that your charisma is by you gain person deception or persuasion. They can understand the meaning of your words, though you have no special. This is the same feature that furbolgs get. You get minor illusion, sky self, alter self, and we got names I'm not really gonna care about. This is okay. I'm not banning this a bit much. Let's get to what we really came to see, though.
Yep.
Indeed.
Is it just in the next chapter?
It is the next chapter, yes.
It is cool. So they put feats and subclasses in the same chapter.
All right, well, let's see what we can get to.
Good.
All right.
So first, we have the flesh-weaving rogue. As I say, rogue.
Bard.
Which
for a bard.
Art, for the most part, holy shit, what is happening here?
Let's read this. Make works of arts out of weeping wounds. Okay. This might be bad for your stomach. All right. And
Oh, no.
monitor, you are present with certain moves which you can use as spellcast focus, and you know the Alter Self spell, which counts as a bard spell. Bah! Because while depending on spell slot, choosing only the change appearance option when you cast a spell in this way. Okay, so you can just say you can change your appearance basically for free.
Okay.
In addition, 10 minutes. We literally looked at a subclass last time that had the same ability, where you're basically a plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but let's see what else we got. We got the Sorcerer feat. You know the spiritual weapon spell.
Spiritual weapon's an
Okay.
okay spell.
I mean, a bard bonus actions though. We'll see. And you can only cast it in this way when you finish along. When you cast it as a bard, the weapon takes the form of a giant needle and thread and deals piercing damage instead of force damage.
Okay.
I would rule it as magic, but
Well, it's still from a
we'll
spell.
also learn different ways to use this spiritual weapon. You gain the signature benefit below, and you gain additional benefit below when you reach the 5th level and 10th level.
So when you use a
As a bonus action or an action, you can spend the use of your bardic range to move the weapon up to grant temporary hit points equal to one roll of your bardic creature was 5 feet of the weapon. If the creature has 0 points, you can stabilize it instead.
Okay.
At 5th level, as an action, you can spend use of your bardic range to move the weapon up to 20 feet and force one creature within because strength against your bard spell save. He's going to fail the magical disrupt restraint. Actually, that's pretty good.
That's pretty nice.
As an action, you can spend use of your bardic range to move the weapon up to 20 feet, make a melee a spell attack against one creature within 5 feet of it. On a hit, the creature takes equal to one roll plus your it must make a con against the paralyzed. That's actually pretty good too.
So here's my question about this ability.
Uh-huh.
What if I'm a bard and don't want to use any of these? Am I able to still just move it the regular 20 feet that the spiritual weapon
Yeah.
allows?
It's still spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Yeah. These are additional
It's
things.
just-
This is right here, additional benefits.
I see. Okay, that's
If
what I
you
was a little
wanted
confused
to,
about because
if
it
you
said
just wanted to cast
yeah.
spiritual weapon and use it as spiritual weapon, I guess except it does piercing damage instead of force damage, wherever that might actually matter. Be my guess.
Okay, this is
But
cool. I do say though, it's a pinch disappointing in the vein of basically we have two features that rely on a specific spell, but we do get a couple usages of those spells for free. So
this is all the same feature.
well, no, the previous ability, the malleable visage,
It doesn't rely on a specific. That's
alter self.
you misunderstand what I mean when I say that. But I would also argue the very key points of this one and why it's different than my usual complaints are that you're not spending resources to get the benefits of this thing.
Right, which I said. So it's like,
all right,
anyway.
let's take a look. Let's go.
Ritual
10 minutes, you can form a search on creatures that you can see up to number equal to your charisma modifier. The creature gain one of the following items for the next hour. Each description advantage on strength check. The target is covered in at the end of each target's turn. Each creature grappling must make a. How many things are grappling things? This takes 10 minutes to set up, by the way.
Yeah, I'm
God damn.
assuming. Oh, the only game
And this
for
is
the next
very.
hour.
Yeah, this is very. Here's my issue. Ross, time for a scenario. All right. So, you have filled our gnome barbarian with spikes, and the bandits have finally arrived. They see the gnome barbarian is filled with spikes, and they are not going to grapple him. That's my issue.
I think another thing as well is okay. So having all of these, which I'm assuming based off of how this is worded, that if you use one of these, it's gonna be applied to all of the allies. Like that's the one you're using for this
Yeah,
ability.
you're right. Yeah.
And I'm looking at this. All these are cool ideas, but
But
a lot of them are checks, which makes me think, okay,
we're 6th level.
why would I
20
use
feet
this?
is. Yeah.
Why would I want to use this versus enhanceability? Which sure, it's only one
Let's
target, but how
let's
often
take a
are
look
you
at
gonna need multiple
Ross.
targets?
Ross, let's take a look at something. We are 6th level, yes?
Yeah, 6th level.
How much health does a 6th level bard have? Going completely averages, like what you expect.
On bards, like we're actually talking about the bard, not the barb. Barian.
Bard. Bard.
With a D.
Actually, that's a good point.
It's
You're right. We're
D8.
not putting this on. You're right. We're not necessarily putting this on ourselves.
But we could put it on ourselves. Actually,
But the reason I do it is like, you don't take falling from 20 feet or less if you aren't incapacitated. That's great. A tiny, tiny issue. Why do I care about 2d6 fall damage? Like, I am trying to envision a scenario where any of these are... Okay, the fish form is useful, but there are other ways to do it.
Owl Sight.
These suck. This sucks.
I'll say Owl Sight is probably handy if you don't have other ways to get advantage on initiative.
I guess, but you're spending 10 minutes on this.
For the
it only
next
lasts for
hour,
an hour.
So, like, you could use this in preparedness to go into a dungeon, which...
Yeah.
Cool.
But, or not a dungeon, because there's a good chance in a dungeon that you might not get an encounter for the full hour.
I mean, you never know. Like, you could
Especially
probably...
if it's a big one.
You would probably do it outside the cave.
Yeah, no. Dungeons can be large. You don't know how big the dungeon is.
That's true. That's true.
And you don't know what it is. This is something you would use if you know something's happening. But again, I don't like it.
I'm not a big fan. I honestly do what I would have preferred.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it goes back on what I was saying earlier with the first two abilities, I would have just given this Bard enhanced ability, but give it each one of these a unique buff for whatever one you use it.
Let's go to the capstone. Maybe it'll turn us around.
Maybe. Let's see. So.
When a creature uses one of your bark creation dice or fails something against your suited feature on floor, it becomes the creature with a straight line that only that breaks if the creature is ever more than 100 feet away from you. You can. This wording is bad. You can use bonus action to teleport to the nearest unoccupied space of a soulstone creature of your choice. Tiny issue with this, like I'm just sentence don't work. By its nature, the space of a soulstone creature isn't going to be unoccupied.
Yeah.
I assume they meant adjacent to.
Probably.
And then try and if there's not a space for these, this is disappointing too. I hate to say this, Ross. This subclass sucks.
Honestly,
I like the concept of it, not good execution.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I thought that the spiritual weapon enhancement was a little weirdly convoluted, but okay. But everything after that sucked.
So it sounds like this is an automatic approve because.
Yep.
Honestly,
I'm
disappointed too. I mean.
Also,
I'm disappointed because I liked the concept.
Also, really, not a lot of flesh in the flavor of this. I'm gonna be honest.
Not really. Well, and you'd think there would be?
I think stuff like that is a part of mainly the ritual reskin.
I get it. I get what they were going for, but I'm gonna be honest.
Not for me.
You could easily do all these. Like this a thread and needle had nothing necessarily to do with flesh. This feature could go without the flesh. This doesn't. Anyways, yeah, it's bad. This is just bad. I'm gonna be honest, Ross. This has been a kind of disappointing book so far.
Then we have Circle
of the Hive,
which.
Okay,
the art's art. I'll give it that. Okay. It's art.
All right, well, let's
what's
see.
Inside the art.
We get spells.
Ooh, so first
Blur,
of all,
web, fly, hypnotic, arcane, giant, insect. Yeah, this makes sense. This all makes sense.
I will say, I think we have to take a look at the swarm cantrip real quick because that is.
Yes. Looking at it, choose a target within range. Cloud of mystical poison. Spiders float on the target. Must succeed on dexterity saving throw to avoid the spiders will become poisoned until the end of its next turn. Poison damage on a failed saving throw when you reach certain levels. When you reach 5th level, a creature takes 1d10. So it's choose a target within range. The target must make a save to avoid the spider or become poisoned and
so
it poisons
just
and then
condition, and then the rest later on it gains more damage. It gets damage property, which
okay.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that.
All right. Is giant insect also no giant insect's a real spell. Nope. Okay. All right.
Okay, so
when when you use your wild shape feature, you turn into a swarm of creatures, adhering to the normal limitations on CR and speed. Now I know what
that
you're thinking, Ross. This sounds like a sucky feature, right?
no, because here's the thing.
No.
I know a fun feature that swarms do get, and that is I don't know how
Pack
exactly it's
tactic.
worded. I don't know. No, not pack tactics. I don't know how they are worded per se,
They
but
have resistance to non-magical damage.
yeah, which cool.
Yeah, no. Harmless until threatened. As most action, you can release pheromone stimulating hyper-aggression to the next one. When you are targeted by a melee attacker, you can use your swarm to force the attacker to make a con save against your 2d6 poison on a failure. Have the poison. Okay.
So basically,
And
this
then
is
start of your next turn. Oh, that changes everything.
what? Oh, wait, what?
Can't do so again until so after it's hurt someone, it can't do so again until the start of your next turn. I'm seeing how you play this character now. I'm actually seeing this is
Oh,
a
you
good
set
sign,
this up
Ross.
as a you set this up
I'm
as a bonus
seeing a
action.
play style
Okay.
here, Ross. So as a reminder, how does wild shape work, Ross?
Wild shape is the normal wild shape rules, which it seems like we're
Mhm.
going by on this one.
Of course,
We
of
use our
course.
action and we turn
Yep.
into a
Nope. Okay. I'm gonna hyper on you.
Oh,
What can you do while wild shape, and what can you not do?
you can't cast spells. You can still use racial features, flying
And
bear, by
racial
the way,
features and
and subclass features.
class features. So I'm seeing how you I'm already seeing how you play this subclass.
So you turn into a swarm, and
Yeah.
you can use your bonus actions. Because a lot of beasts that you can transform
Yeah.
into don't have
Yeah.
bonus actions.
Correct. Yeah.
Not a lot of them do, at the very least.
Well, that's true. This you can turn into anything, but we'll say for now swarm. Use your bonus action and then start releasing the poison damage. And honestly, it's a decent amount of damage.
It's
Like
decent.
we're starting with 2d6
Yeah,
from a
2d6.
bonus action, and it goes up the usual rates, but starting like 5d6 at 14. Yeah, no.
And this.
Although I will note, we do have a limit on this. Wisdom modifier.
Well, here's my question for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the wording of this.
Yeah.
Is this. Are all the usages, like. Can you use it in a. Is it talking about the usages of, like, okay, the bonus action to trigger it for a minute? Or is it per usages during each time you initially activate this feature?
I misread that. Give me a second to reread that.
That's what I'm looking at this like
To make a
I'm
con
wondering,
save
like,
against
wait,
grid spell, creature takes can't do so again. Uh it stays active for the minute.
so we could use
So
this. We could use this a number of times equal to our wisdom, like the
well, I'm
have it
gonna be
start for a
honest.
minute.
Now that
Ooh.
I know this, there is never a reason to not use this. Like every combat, you're gonna use this at the beginning of the combat.
Right. I was gonna keep in mind it's poison damage, so a lot of creatures will have resistance or
Yeah,
immunity.
yeah, I suppose.
Although this is a valid target for the Mother of Sorrows Warlock.
We're not talking about that because that's another third-party
Yeah,
content.
that's not
Gets
third-party
complicated.
content, but still,
But yeah, I will acknowledge potentially.
it's acknowledgeable.
Your
But
connection to
cool.
UX becomes deeper. They regard you as a worker bee. Uh, and they gladly sacrifice themselves to protect you. While your symbiotic advisor feature is activated, whenever you take damage from a source you can see, you can use your action to command the insects from in front of you. You reduce the incoming damage by an amount equal to your wisdom modifier plus half your druid level. And they have a note here.
Oh.
Damage reduction touches that and protect the monarch always occurs before damage resistance.
Ah, they knew what we're talking about with swarms. They knew what we were doing.
Well, I mean, I think they probably did, yes.
Okay, so
But also, once again, yeah, this is a frontline druid, is what this is.
yeah, frontline druid that
You don't see that very
has
often.
frontline druid that doesn't have the high wild shapes as moon druid, but also I'm trying to. I don't even know if there's swarms that are like that high of CRs. Like I think you have access
There
to a good
isn't.
number of
There
them.
isn't. Anyways, let's go. As a bonus action, send these creatures to forget a one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The creature can hit points equal to your druid level and immediately use its reaction to move up to its speed. Okay.
So as a bonus action, we could do a little bit of
And
healing, and they can
and
basically
then
do what
move and
okay.
we got that R thing. All right, hosting such a variety of types. You gain the fundamentals. You got blind sight and tremor sense, resistance to poison. You can't be poisoned, and advantage on signals made to maintain your concentration. So don't take Warcaster for this one.
And
Advantage on initiative rolls. So I have a thing. I like this subclass. I have good things to say about the subclass. My God, is that capstone a flavor fail? Like, I'm just gonna be blunt. It is. Think about it for a second, Ross. Think about what we're getting for this. The resistance to poison damage is nice.
Yep. I imagine like the idea of it is like you've been hanging out with the swarm for so long that you've gotten used to it.
All right, Ross. You know what I have to do this conversation again, don't I?
Right. No, I'm just saying like my quick
Yeah.
observation. Like
Yeah,
I could
get
be missing something.
Yeah, I get the lore flavor of it. When I say flavor fail, I don't mean lore flavor. I don't mean like it don't fit the idea of a swarm. I mean it don't gel with the rest of the subclass, mechanic wise. Advantage on save throws to maintain my concentration. Nothing about this encourages me to cast spells.
It
Advantage on
spell
initiative
list.
is.
What is that spell list again?
I mean, okay, I get there is a spell list. Yeah, maybe that.
Okay, dumb question, Plips.
Yeah.
I know as a wild shape you transform into one creature.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're transforming as a swarm, which is technically multiple creatures. If I
The
were to
rules
cast fly on
would-
myself, then
the
wild shape,
rule-
would they all be able to fly, or just one of them?
Oh yeah, they'd all be able to fly. Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Swarms are
wondering the
one.
same thing,
Swarms are
honestly.
one creature for all intents and purposes.
Wait,
I like this. I don't like the 14th level feat.
hold on a moment. Are there creatures that are specifically like swarms of either centipede, spiders, wasp, or scorpion?
Yeah.
High level druids could transform themselves because they can cast wild shaped.
Yeah.
You could wild shape and cast giant insect on yourself.
I
don't know. I don't know how much of a benefit that would be, but that's fucking cool.
Just become a giant swarm of giant centipedes.
No, I think it's like one creature with how giant insect works.
Ross,
I think.
keep forgetting. You keep forgetting, Ross. Swarms are one creature for all intents and purposes.
Oh, that's true. So it's like a wild shape on your wild shape.
Here is what I would say. Rule of Cool says I should absolutely allow it. There is something raw stopping it.
Oh, is there?
Yes. Ross, it's a puzzle. What is stopping your thing from working? There is something.
Well, I know. Specifically for this scenario, we're a high level druid, high enough to have the. Is it 20th
It's
or 18th
nothing
level?
to do with the levels.
So it doesn't stop us from casting it with somatic or verbal component. Is there a material cost to a giant insect?
It's nothing to do with the components.
Oh, okay.
I have no clue.
It has something to do with something I've repeated twice at this point. That's your clue.
Oh, I know.
Do you actually, Eve?
Yeah.
Because I actually don't.
I'm letting you figure it out for yourself.
Text it to me. Eve, text it to me. I'll tell you if you got the right answer or not.
I got you.
Oh, because we're a swarm, we count as one creature, and we can't fit any of the requirements. Well, actually, there could be a swarm of scorpions.
Ross, you're like, well, kind of, Eve, kind of. You're hitting on the same thing Ross is hitting on, but you're missing the point, both of you, of why that's a big deal.
Could you tell us?
Okay. How do I do that? I'm gonna figure out how to do another clue because I don't want to give the ghost away yet. So, for all intents and purposes, a swarm of anything is its own creature.
Right.
Do you know what that means?
No, because I'm stupid.
It means that if it is its own creature, it isn't something else.
Wait, are you telling me that a swarm of scorpions is not the same as a one scorpion?
Correct.
I feel like that. I feel like as a
I
DM,
told you,
I
Ross,
would rule it otherwise.
Ross, Did you hear what I said before I said this? I said rule of cool. I would absolutely allow that. However, raw there is something stopping. Is that not what I said?
Yeah, I know,
This
I
is
know.
true.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's that's a little dumb.
There's a reason for it, Ross. There is actually a reason for it, though, Ross. It's a very simple reason. We don't have a stat block for a swarm of giant centipedes, a swarm of giant spiders, a swarm of giant wasps, and a swarm of giant scorpions.
Oh no, in my head I was thinking of it would just be like the creatures would combine into one big one. Like you would go from swarm into like this giant and vice versa if you were destroyed. That's how I was picturing it.
That's not how this spell works, first off.
Uh
The way this spell works is you're making them grow. You're not merging them.
oh.
You thought you were merging them into one, didn't you?
Yeah, mainly because of the specific one of centipedes with 10
Yes,
becoming
yes.
one
If you
giant
know the
centipede.
scorpions is one, this is your standard CR limitation they have on these, where it's like the CR this gets you
Okay.
this much, a CR that gets you that much.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, I see what you were thinking, but that's why it works out.
I see.
All right, let's move on. This is strong. I like this subclass. I don't like that last feature. I don't feel like this fits, but let's go to the paladin.
Uh Oath of Harvest. Oh, look how cool that art looks.
Often found on aid missions.
Uh
Let's look at the level feature.
yeah, first level feature. So oh,
Third level. You get the cook utensils,
that
and you
is
get spells.
okay, can I point out why this feels
What?
weird?
Why?
Paladins. This is the first paladin I've ever seen get an extra feature that's not
Proficiency?
channel divinity or spells at level 3.
Well,
I'm not
let's take a look at the
complaining,
channel
but
divinity.
still cool. Let's see, spells.
Uh,
Cool.
heroism. I mean, what you'd think.
Yeah, what do you think? They're neat
I
stuff.
will say, what level spell is Heroes Feast?
Heroes. Heroes Feast. It's
Yeah,
6th level. Why?
yeah, that's a shame. Really, that is really a shame.
Oh, because you couldn't. Yeah,
It would fit so well.
it would, but who knows?
But
Maybe they might get
yeah.
maybe they might get an equivalent. Who knows?
All right, let's take a look at our channel divinities. As a bonus action, you can place a ward around one creature you see within 50 feet of you. At the start of each turn, the creature gains temporary points equal to at the start. Oh, sorry. At the start of each of its turns, for the next minute, the creature gains temporary points equal to twice your charisma modifier. So one creature.
So basically, this is just heroism, which you also get. So
Okay.
theoretically, turn 1, you could cast heroism on someone and then do vow of sustenance.
All right. Let's
Okay.
take a look at share vitality. You can take any amount of necrotic damage up to your current number of hit points. You can't be reduced anyway. Up to 4 creatures you can see within 30 feet of you regain hit points equal to half the necrotic damage taken.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
it's a very, very, very different version of the
you
spell.
you bump up your con to the maximum you could be, and then interesting.
Up to your current. Oh, wow, that's all right. Our aura.
Yep. Aura of rejuvenation.
Whenever a creature is close within 10 feet of you regains hit points from a spell, potion, magical effect, or food, it regains an additional d6 of hit points.
Okay.
And when it rolls one or more hit dice to regain hit points during a short rest, it regains one additional hit point for each hit dice expended this way. So as long as it spends the majority of the short rest within 10 feet of you. All right, everyone, short rest. Everyone, huddle up.
Wait a minute. Oh my god, they just called out all paladins with this one.
I mean, they're just saying. They're just. I mean, if they realize it's something they're just put this there because it's something that you're gonna think about.
It's a rule clarification, or not? It's a specifying that lay on hands for this feature is not like a magical thing, which because a lot of paladins I've heard like to
Yeah.
basically ER just bzz. Okay, good. Like a single
I'll be
lay
honest.
on hand pool.
There are some debates about it, but let's continue.
Right. But
Because
okay.
I want to see this.
Still,
Magically
cool.
augment the meal for you and up to.
Oh.
Here it is.
And is it just exactly Heroes Feast?
No. This is usually wisdom saves.
Oh, but it's con saves though. Ooh.
This is usually immunity. This is the same. Actually, no. This is advantage. Actually, no, this is immunity. This is using max hit points, so it's worse.
Still, it's
I mean,
pretty,
hey, you get something
it
at
lasts
least.
for 8 hours. It
All right, let's take a look at this.
Avatar of Nourishment.
Each creature you're within 30 feet of you, including you, gains hit points equal to your charisma modifier. Gains hit points equal to your charisma modifier.
So basically, at this point, 10 HP, some temp, some regular. Assuming we max our charisma, which
As a bonus action, you get Revivify with Hyper with spell slot, which is still required. As a bonus act, that's actually big.
cool.
And whenever a creature within 10 feet, 30 feet takes damage, you can use your action to grant the creature resistance to that damage. Alright, I mean, it's okay.
Didn't the Unearthed Arcana Genie Paladin have a very similar idea for a reaction type feature?
I am going to say that this is okay. As far as feature goes, this is okay. This
That's
subclass
fine.
is okay. I'm not, like, crazy on it. Let's go to Wizards.
Yep.
When you go to the Golden Time, you must put up Biomancy spells, which is their own thing.
Yep. Which, let's see. A
And the following spells are considered Biomancy spells for you instead of their normal school.
Okay, so you have False Life and Longstrider, Alter Self and Alter Self, Dark Vision, and Spider Climb.
I see. So
these spells become Biomancy.
yeah, I think
Okay.
they created a new school spell. That I think this wizard was just kind of an obligation because they created a new school. So this is gonna be what you kind of expect from a standard wizard subclass.
Well, let's see. Biostimulation.
You learn the channel to buy injury something. When you use spell slot to cast a bio spell first level or higher, you can silence, redirect, trance, magic, prepare you or your target's body. You or your target choice regain number of hit points equal to twice the spell's level.
I mean, okay. I mean, this gives a wizard a pretty decent self heal with this actually makes False Life even better of a first level cast because now it's technically
Biomancy is false life. Here's actually the thing though. This gives you a healing option basically.
Yeah.
It's not great.
It's not a lot. No, it's like if we use False Life as our example piece, that's 8 potential temporary hit points plus 2 regular hit points.
All right, let's carry on. We're almost as much as I want to cover today.
Then we have
I'm gonna stop it.
Oh my god!
Or over the course of 1 hour, which can be done, you can change it with one biomagic proportion. We'll have tripled. Yeah. Who cares, honestly? Hold more things. Your hand, maybe the hand falls rolls of unseen symbols in its face if it ever moves one. If your hand is ever destroyed, but it's and you're growing one will request a short, long rest. You can cast a. Okay, throw against.
We could blind someone with a bonus action.
Dark vision. You exude slime. Your skin is covered in overlapping scales.
AC improvement.
For one of your hands. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of these.
Guess. Yeah.
It's not. No, these aren't bad. I just don't find them interesting. When you cast a wizard spell that targets only one creature and doesn't have a range of stuff, you can choose to simultaneously target yourself with this name spell. You can use this feature number of times equal to your spell's modifier. The wizard 1 hour, which we don't drink for.
So what's a wizard spell that I would want to cast on someone that I would also want to myself?
Who knows?
I'm sure there's good options.
I'm sure there is, but I can't think of any right now. And I want to just kind of finish this up. I have thoughts. You can grab. Oh no, more of this.
Oh my god, there's so
fun. If you are smaller than a large, you become large. Your strength score increases to match your intelligence score. Okay, I mean, I don't like it. I mean, it's not bad. There's nothing that makes it like bad. I just don't like it. In the minute. Yeah, no. I don't like it. I hate saying it. The subclass is approved. And I think that's what we're going to call it today, Ross, but...
Oh, no, that's fine. We got through a lot, and we still have, I think if I remember correctly, 13 feats and...
Yeah, I don't have the energy. But I'm going to be honest, I wish I liked the contents of this book more.
Yeah.
Maybe the spells and feats will change that. Also,
sure.
We'll see, but I'm not I am never as hyped about spells and feats. You know that.
Right. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I guess Eve, since you're here, since you're normally not here, any thoughts of yourself?
I want to point out she's been there for 2 out of 3 episodes, Ross.
Yeah, I have
Was she
been.
here
So
for the
you
last
can't
one?
say. Nope, she was in the first
No,
one.
the one before.
Oh, was she here for the Paladin one? I forgot.
Yes.
Well, do you have any thoughts?
Uh, I wish this book was better, honestly.
So far, I mean, it's cool. I feel like you could do stuff with it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, you can get this book on D&D Beyond. I think it's like $29.
All right.
Including taxes.
I
Hey,
am
thank you guys for watching.
going
As
to
always,
eat
stay
some
tuned for more.
food,
Bye bye.
and I want to get